Happy solstice and welcome to Big Apple Mountain Tarot. I'm Mike Rusnak.
I'm Everest Hall. Happy new moon. Happy solstice. It is December 20th, 2025. And in this video...
We're going to throw that match over our shoulder and be like, bye.
Bye.
Bye, old year.
Bye, old year.
Hello, new year.
So we're going to talk about the
themes.
The general themes of 2026. It is much different than 2025 and 2024. All right, we are going to go forward.
Yes, it's going to be a fire horse year. And the majority of the outer planets now will be switching into masculine yang signs.
Yes.
So, like fire and air, that equals combustion, right?
Combustion. So imagine...
Yeah.
Close your eyes.
It's going to be less murky,
Less
less
murky.
earthy.
Imagine a horse galloping through a landscape, very invigorated, very fiery, burning through the grass, changing direction, changing terrain and altitude, and going for it. This is that kind of energy. The outer planets, like what Mike said, this is a big deal. The outer planets are moving into masculine signs.
All at the same time. And this doesn't really happen in historical context. We can't find other examples of this. So it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Now,
I think our caution is, cautious mind is saying just pace yourself and know when to rest, because it's going to be a lot of energy. It's going to feel very different too.
It's going to feel a little combustive.
Yeah.
So the masculine elements are fire and air.
That's us.
That's us. The feminine elements are water and earth. So kind of keep that in the back of your head as we talk about what's going on.
Yeah. First, Neptune is going to move, right?
Yeah.
On January
27th
into the sign of Aries, finally. And we had a little taste of that last year. And then that will be followed, Neptune will be followed by Saturn on Valentine's Day. We'll move into Aries. And then they will both be conjunct around February 20th. But right before that happens, the New Year, the Chinese New Year happens
on February 17th, which
right?
is also the solar eclipse in Aquarius. Yeah. Now, Neptune's a distant planet. It has to do with dissolving. It's almost like an acid. It dissolves things. You can't really see it. If you imagine out in the landscape and you see a figure kind of walking along a distant hill, you can't really figure out their boundaries, and they're kind of like disintegrating. It's that kind of far off energy.
Kind of
foggy,
right?
a little druggy, a little like inspirational.
But it's going to be in fire sign too. Yeah. And also Saturn will be in its fall in Aries.
Right. What does that mean?
Well, that means that there will be less time for rules and structure. It's going to be a little more organic.
Right.
Right.
So we have Saturn, who's like control and rules and regulation. He's not very strong in Aries. So he's going to be breaking down with Neptune all the old rules and all the old world policies and politics. This is Aries. It's a world stage. So all that's going to be dissolving. So we're going to see countries' leadership fall apart. We're going to see whole nations fall apart. There will be war, of course. I mean, we're humans. That's what we do. But it's more of a disintegration of our old concepts.
Of the control.
Yes, bingo.
Right? A disintegration of the control.
A disintegration of the old control, the old patriarchal control.
And then February through April.
Yes.
All the personal planets file through Aries. So it will be Saturn, Neptune, and then Venus, and then the Sun, and then Mars, and they'll all be filing through Aries, which is unusual.
It's
right?
highly
to have
unusual.
This many planets in Aries at once.
Yeah. Now, there's been debate that we've heard from different astrologers on whether or not this has ever happened in recorded history, because these outer planets, we discovered them when they were ready for us to see them. So this could be the first time humans are aware of this energy kind of clumped up in Aries in the beginning. So this tells us it's a whole brand new restart for our human condition and our mental existence and our physicality on the planet.
And about dreaming and then making it actual, making the dream real.
Yeah.
Right?
Not end of world, but new world,
New. Yeah, very revolutionary. And speaking of revolution, right?
Yeah.
Uranus will then move. When does Uranus move?
Uranus moves. I have it in my notes right here.
July.
No, it moves.
I'm sorry. It moves on
April
27th of April.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so Uranus.
April 25th.
April 25th. Uranus rules Aquarius. Uranus is an electric energy. It's very kind of spastic. It's chaotic. It pulses. Think electricity. Now, our friend Gemini is a conversationalist. It's a mutable air energy.
So keep it very flexible.
Curious.
But be ready for surprises. Now, Uranus in Taurus, which it is right now.
Yeah.
It's been very kind of stuck, and Taurus likes to control.
Right.
Once this moves into Gemini, once Uranus moves into Gemini, there'll be a lot more mental energy, right?
Yes.
Freed up. Mm-hmm. And then Uranus and Pluto will be in an air trine from May on, right? And this
Very
trine
important.
will become exact in July.
Now, Pluto in Aquarius has been responsible for all this AI, like highly weird technology. But now with trining Jupiter, there's going to be an immense amount of advances in our technology, in the way we are communicating
You
with
mean
each other.
trining Uranus?
That's exactly what I meant. Trining Uranus, the little triangle. So we've got Pluto trining Uranus, really pushing the technology, really pushing the ideas forward. It's going to be shocking. It's one of the things that Uranus does, is it shocks us with the forward momentum that it gives us. It really brings us forward.
Like, we're not using this old science, this old medicine. We're not doing that anymore. We're doing new.
No.
Radically new. We're growing teeth. We're doing very different stuff.
Growing teeth in our brains. Okay, so it's like a whole new way of understanding reality. There's going to be deep pushes in our mental dexterity, if you can
A
imagine.
new way of communicating, right?
A whole new ways
A
of
whole new way of
communicating.
communicating. Old paradigms will fall, new paradigms will begin.
And
It'll be an area of epiphanies.
I also think, Mike, that the structure of who controls our data, the structure of who controls our images and our words, the big companies.
Are you talking about Dropbox?
Yes, the big companies are going to be less important as we move forward. This is an 8-year cycle with Uranus.
So it's very, very long. So buckle in and burnout, yes. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
there will be
there
absolute
will be some burnout.
mental burnout from all of this
But it's
stretchiness.
revolutionary. And
Yeah.
if you look at when Uranus was in Gemini in the past, historically, it always kind of corresponds with war, right?
Yeah.
Uranus in Gemini. 1774 to 1782, Revolutionary War. 1858 to 1866,
Civil
War. 1941 to 1949, that's It's a Wonderful Life times
World War II.
II.
It's a Wonderful Life. And that also with Saturn and Neptune in Aries. Expect global conflicts, but also expect a revolutionary attitude towards our reality. It's not all bodies on the field, but it's our mental kind of understanding of things. This is 2025. This isn't like 1840.
No,
we're a little bit more
it's
advanced.
radically new.
It's
very,
radically
very different. We're in this very new space.
We're in a very new space, and I really feel, I'm going to say it again, I feel like the control that the corporations have over the way we communicate is going to
they don't know the half of
disintegrate.
it.
They don't know what's going on.
They don't know the
They don't
half
know
of
the
it.
half of it.
They don't.
There's going to be disintegration on those control platforms.
In July, Jupiter will switch into Leo. Jupiter's in Cancer right now. Jupiter's going to move into Leo in July, and Jupiter will trine Neptune through July, and then Jupiter will then trine Saturn in August.
So Jupiter, what's Jupiter about? Jupiter, we love Jupiter. Jupiter's
Gas giant.
big, happy,
Promising and hopeful.
Oh, he's so lovely. He comes in and visits, and he brings us gifts, and he brings us presents, and he promises that he's going to take us to the circus, although that might not happen.
He meant the circus of your mind.
The circus of your mind.
No.
So Jupiter going into Leo. Leo is a big personality.
Hey.
It's a big, happy, loving personality. It has to do with kingship, the way we treat each other,
Sovereignty,
performance. The lion. So there could be with Jupiter in Leo a real kind of blooming of our personalities.
I'm sure that some people will, jump into the diva-dom, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Like my
bossy.
kingship. But I don't think it's going to fly because you know why?
Why?
Because in the summer, in July, our nodes are shifting. The North Node, our collective destiny, is moving into Aquarius. The South Node is moving into Leo.
Right.
At the same time that Jupiter is moving into Leo. So I'm really curious to know what that's going to be like.
So South Node is what we're going to get rid of collectively.
Yes, and that is the lower aspects of Leo, right?
Which is self-absorption, bossiness.
Narcissism. Do we know anyone who's narcissistic? Well, yeah. Sure. Everyone can be. Right?
Everyone can be. We all have that part of our personality.
But we're moving towards humanity and technology and altruism.
Right.
In Aquarius.
So Jupiter is going to be expanding this Leo. Sovereignty, Leo has to do with fifth house, which is children. It's joyfulness. There will be, I'm not going to say could, there will be an expansion of joy in our country and on the world stage. I don't know how that's going to work out. And then as that's happening, there's going to be a removal of the diva.
Idea of how that's going to work out, because people are really holding it together and being friendly, right, to each other and listening and being kind. And things may be a little dark in the news and such, but I think that more than not, people are coming together and agreeing this cannot
pass.
This is untenable.
Yeah.
It's unsustainable to keep going in this crazy direction.
In this attitude.
Yeah.
So slowly we're going to
altruism.
Deal with diva attitudes, real bossy.
Does that mean Mariah?
Shush. Oh, don't talk about Mariah. So less of the negative aspects of Leo, more of the positive aspects in Leo. And with the North Node moving into Aquarius, there is this humanity, there is this friendship. The Aquarius has to do with the collective good. Everybody's equal. We're all exceptionally fun and weird. There's
egalitarianism.
Egalitarianism. There's no star here. There's no singular performer. That's the star. It's the group.
No, we're workers amongst workers.
Workers amongst workers.
Yeah.
And there's a goal that is going to be kind of visualized in this North Node. The Aquarius has to do with goals achieved through friendships and our networks. So more of that and less
sum of our parts and less of our individual focus.
Less of Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
Less of Miss Piggy.
More of the Muppets Band.
More Muppet Band, less Miss Piggy.
I like that.
I like that.
So, and the nodes are shifting, but they're not fully shifting.
Right.
They're going to wobble. So this is a transitional year.
Yes.
Because our eclipses start February 17th. There's a solar eclipse in Aquarius at 29 degrees. So if you have planets at the very end of Aquarius, you're going to feel that acutely. March 3rd, 2 weeks after that, is a lunar eclipse at 13 degrees of Virgo.
Right.
So we're going Aquarius, Virgo. And then August 12th is a solar at 20 degrees of Leo. So people who are born in the middle of Leo, acute. And then August 28th, a lunar at 5 degrees of Pisces. So this is a real mixture, right. Of elements.
So we're beginning this Leo Aquarius but it's a little wobbly. And so if we go back to this idea of the fire horse and the horse galloping through terrain, there's going to be shifting terrain that it's going through. The energy is very projective. It's very forward thinking. It's very masculine. But there's going to be some adjustments that need to be accounted for.
A lot of mutability that we'll be working with, and we have to keep ourselves very flexible, very loose.
Flexible this year. If you're stubborn, if you want everything to be as it was and for there not to have any change or growth, you're not going to get what you want. You've got to keep things real flexy this upcoming year, because we need to be prepared for the radical changes in our minds and in our technology and our community. Prepare yourself.
Chiron.
Okay.
All right. That wounded healer, Chiron, has been for a very long time in the sign of Aries, where it has been about fixing a wound around our own individual nature and who we are and what does this mean and how can I express myself. From June to September, Chiron will it'll move forward into Taurus.
Got it.
For 3 months. And then it'll finally move for good in 2027. But we'll get a little taste of Chiron in Taurus, June to September. And that's about like a wound around our own comfort, right? And our own values and our own money. People born with Chiron in Taurus might feel like they just can't accumulate any possessions. Like they have this wound that they need to fix. They have to learn how to accumulate wealth and be comfortable.
Yeah, or be comfortable with what they have if they have little. Now, Chiron going into Taurus is going to be dramatic. When these big lunations shift, there's a big shock. There could be, there's talk of there's always a talk of a financial crash, and we're so terrified of what happened in the Depression that we're freaking out. Crashing your mind, man. But prepare yourself for perhaps there could be some.
With Uranus and Gemini, there'll be a lot of destabilization and revolution,
right?
Especially with money. Right.
Yeah. If you like to gamble and you like the risk, this could be an exciting time for you financially if you have enough to risk. If you don't have anything to risk, then I would be very careful with our money, be very aware of it, and kind of keep your eyes on every single penny that is spent, so you have a little bit more of control on that, because it could be a little dicey for a bit as we're.
My value is my likes.
My value is my likes.
Yes. But think about how that's manipulated. And there'll be, new manipulation there.
There will be. And so Chiron, he causes some pain, but it's for the better. The myth of Chiron is that he's a centaur. He's kind of this demigod, and he was wounded. He's immortal, but he can't heal the wound that he was stricken by. So in order to try and heal himself, he developed medicines for humanity. So this is that idea of, I've got a situation that isn't very comfortable.
I can't magically fix myself, but speaking to someone else, maybe they could fix me.
Yeah.
Maybe I could fix them,
And with our North Node going into Aquarius, friendships and networks, this might be a good time to talk about your financial stresses with loved ones, or come up with solutions, your values. It's not just money.
Trees.
Yeah, it's not. It's also the senses. It's our tangible stuff. So this is a really good time to kind of share our feelings about this with our friends and loved ones. They'll help.
Very good. Yeah. And retrogrades.
Oh, retrogrades.
Mars. So for Aries and Scorpio, Mars does not go retrograde this year.
No.
So
Mars is going forward.
Like we said, pace yourself, burnout, pace yourself, because it's going to be driving through.
Yes.
Venus goes retrograde only at the end of 2026, so around October.
Yep.
It will retrograde through Scorpio and then into Libra. coming back.
Right. Venus in Scorpio can be a little mean. Venus in Scorpio, it's dark. Scorpio, it's dark. It's deep. It's the bottom of the well. It's primal emotions.
Yeah, and then as it moves into Libra, it'll be testing our relationships.
Yeah.
We'll have to think about our relationships. Mercury retrogrades 3 times this year.
Yeah.
And in the water signs.
Now that's interesting.
So for those signs like Gemini and Virgo, there will be like a mental emotional recalibration during these periods from February 26th to March 20 in Pisces, from June 29th to July 23rd in Cancer, and October 24th to November 13th in Scorpio.
Yeah. So water signs. Water is our emotions. It's the fluid that connects us all. Just think of us all in kind of an embryonic fluid. We're all together.
Ew.
Gross.
Whoa.
Like all like squishy next to each other.
Gross.
It's that Pisces kind of energy here. So Mercury only being in retrograde in these water signs. Retrograde means review, recalibrate, realize. So there's this deep mental processing of our emotions happening at this point. Hopefully more empathy and more kindness to other human beings. I'd like to think that with this North Node moving into Aquarius, let's be nice to each other. And this deepening of our empathy towards everybody, this love of humanity. Let me just say that. Let me just be a little cheesy and say love of humanity.
And understanding, especially with mental illness. Right?
Bingo. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. Mental illness. There has been so much stress, so much pressure, so much tension, so much war, so much chaos, so much death, so much destruction. How does this affect us mentally? Perhaps there is going to be new technologies with Uranus coming through on how to readjust our nervous system. Uranus controls nerves.
Letting it settle. And feeding it and healing it, yes.
Yeah, if you suffer from seizures, if you have like a nervous condition, if you have pains in your jaw and your hands and your body, perhaps there will be a new way of soothing it. We're talking like new medicines. We're talking love of humanity, mental health.
Yeah, but we wanted to give you the backstory about the planetary shifts so that we could talk about each sign individually in a context.
Oh yeah. So this is just the preview.
This is just the introduction to the forecast for each sign.
Yeah, and then we're going to do each sign. So that's coming up. Yeah. But in an overview, last year, 2025, was
wood snake.
Wood snake.
And snakes shed their skin very quietly.
Yes.
And there was a lot of discomfort too, because
we're
changing ourselves in the dark, in the quiet, not really broadcasting it.
No, got to keep it quiet.
And it feels like the end of a murky kind of year.
Yeah, it was hard. It was a hard one.
Yeah.
So the snake, he really grew, shed the old skin, and now that
there's
snake.
Shock and sadness.
Sure, a lot of shock.
Up until right now.
Right now.
Shock and sadness. And it's like, okay. And we have to go somewhere radical new.
Radically new energy. We're going into a fire horse. Aries energy moving forward. Mars is going forward. We're all going forward. The one thing to keep in mind before we turn off this video, Aries, it's the seed that grows. It doesn't care what's in the way. It will move a rock. It will move a dirt. It will just kind of grow. There's this karmic kind of collision that happens with Aries action and the reaction of everybody else. So there is this push and pull. So as we move forward.
Get your water legs on.
As we move forward. Be nice.
Be very kind. Don't be reactionary. Just be kind and listen.
Have goals, but keep other people in your mind when you're trying to achieve those goals. Don't steamroll over them.
No, and strive for the best.
Don't burn everybody out. Yeah. Take a little meditation. Take 5 minutes out of the day and just have gratitude and
open your big ear.
Open your big ear. And we have a lot of gratitude towards you. We love you very much.
Very much.
Very
Thank
much.
you.
And I'm so happy that you've joined us for this overview. If you want a reading from us, we can do that. Yeah. Sure can. Excuse me. I'm a little sniffly.
Smash the like button and thank you.
And thank you. And Patreon, buy me coffee. Love you. Bye.